horizon is the redevelopment of the front stretch grandstands at Daytona International Speedway. It's a once-in-a-lifetime project opportunity to reimagine the fan experience and the development of this American icon. Barton Malow is excited to partner with Rossetti Architects to deliver this project, which will be the benchmark for auto racing for years to come. So there are people on this team that have been experiencing racing their entire lives, while some of us are experiencing racing for the first time. It's fun.
NASCAR fan, their passion, is for the driver, and they are just so excited when the driver does well. They're so upset when the driver doesn't do well, but it goes on for the whole race. And to be around a race like that and sitting with fans that get so excited or so mad is a new experience for me. And it's really fun to be there.
When I was 9 years old, my father brought me here for the very first race here at Daytona International Speedway. So this really has something really special to me. It was rather funny because my mother had gotten a new car, and when we came to the track, there was somebody on the track that was actually racing a car like my mother's. So when the race was over, I ended up peeling a lot of the stickers off of the cars and went home and put them all over my mom's car, and she didn't think that was funny.
When we first started dating, that's when I was introduced to NASCAR. We would have NASCAR parties.
NASCAR parties at the house. Going for old Mr. Earnhardt, number 3. Spent a lot of time watching that on Sundays.
I even made cupcakes with the number 3 on it for our parties.
About a year before we even heard about this project, though, my wife Melanie, my girlfriend at the time, Melanie got me a Richard Petty drive-along experience at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And so we went out to the track, and I got to actually drive a NASCAR car, which scared the crap out of me, but I ended up going 156 miles an hour, and that got me hooked. I really, at that point, was like, this is cool. I really had a lot of respect for the racers, and so 1 year later, almost to the day, we were awarded the project. So it was just, I think it's destiny, fate, whatever you want to call it. Having that Richard Petty experience was just an awesome way to get introduced to the sport.
We love to come over to Daytona Beach all the time. We'd stay in a hotel for the weekend and kind of have a good time in Daytona. And so we went to the Daytona 500 in, I believe it was 71 or 72. I'm not sure exactly which year it was. I was probably 12 or 13 years old. And Richard Petty won the race, and it was a cool memory. It was very neat to see. The race was a very awe-inspiring event, and all the noise of the cars and everything. But as I remember, I was like 11 or 12 years old. One of the most vivid memories was driving under the tunnel, because we went into the infield. So I thought going under the tunnel was pretty cool. There's not a lot of tunnels in Florida, so I thought that was a neat thing.
My first introduction to NASCAR and racing would have been probably when I was 3 or 4 years old. We've been coming down to the races, my father and I and family, since I was, I can't remember exactly, but I know I was about 3. I've got pictures of myself down at the track with this checker flag and standing down there. So I've been coming down to Daytona at least once, most of the time twice a year since I was little.
Growing up in England, NASCAR was not a big sport over there, so I didn't really get introduced to it until I moved to the United States 20-some years ago now. And I remember sitting around a TV with a bunch of guys who were getting really excited about the sport, and I'll be honest with you, I really didn't get it at the time. And it wasn't really until 2009 I attended the first Daytona 500, and that's when I started to really get, the excitement of the noise and the speed and the atmosphere and everything.
I have always had a big interest in auto car racing because my neighbors across the backyard ran the local county fairgrounds racetrack, quarter-mile dirt track that Joey Chitwood and his family would come to during county fair time and put on their thrill show.
When somebody mentions Daytona, I immediately think NASCAR, because for me, growing up in Jacksonville, NASCAR and Daytona were synonymous with each other. Like I said, grew up going to the races and immediately think of some of the big events that happened, whether it was Earnhardt winning his first race in Daytona or first 500 in '98, and definitely think of some of the big moments in Daytona.
When I am out and about in Daytona and I run into someone and happen to tell them what I do, or we get to talking, everyone's really excited and happy that there's something major going on in the city, that we're engaging a lot of different local people, subcontractors. We're you know, obviously visiting and patronizing restaurants and stores and hotels and you know, other residential type things. So everyone seems really excited that we're here, and we're ready to make a big impact on the community.
When people see the Speedway for the first time, I just hope they go, wow. I mean, I just hope they just are blown away and think that, you know, the venue they've been coming to every day, or every year, let's call it, is not only the same venue because it's the same sport, same drivers, same track, but they're going to, you know, experience it in a whole different way. And I just hope they just say, wow.
What I want people to experience whenever they first show up to the Speedway, whenever it's complete, is I just want their jaw to drop. Because just looking at the renderings from the architect and all the plans that we're working on, I mean, my jaw's already dropping and it's not even constructed yet.
I hope the first vision that fans have, whether they're in person or on TV when it's completed, is that they're just blown away. That they're either blown away when they walk in with the the change that has happened to the facility, or on TV, that they're going to find something that says, you know, that's a spot I got to go. I've got to be there. I've got to go see and experience that facility. So I hope they're blown away.
For the fans that have never been to a race before, or the fans that have been coming to races for the last 50 years, you got to come back to Daytona. This project is awesome.